Hey, what's up, Zombie? How are you? So I went out to check on this because it's been all over the neighborhood for about a half hour now. I was gonna finish watching a video about China and a businessman that's in exile. Um, oh, Here in the United States who left China because they put a hit on one of his colleagues. Hey, what's up, Boise? Like and subscribe to Boise if you haven't. I didn't realize you created your channel already. So, Boise's doing awesome work in my other home of Boise, Idaho. So, we have ghetto bird flying around in circles here off of 24th Street in Campbell. So I'm gonna walk out to 24th, which is Main Street, and I'm gonna see if there's any cop cars or anything. Indian school, yep. There's something going on down there. Earlier today, I guess they killed a man in a cop car. They claimed that he hit his head and died after he was arrested and thrown in the car. I guess they literally threw him in the car. Not that I really like what the person did, but it's like that person should have stood a trial and not been executed by the police. Yeah, Ghetto Bird is where we find all of our stuff down here in Phoenix. Tempe Against Police Violence and myself found last night's event. And I think it's going to be a busy night. I didn't really want to go out and do this tonight. I wanted to take a break, but it looks like I can't. And then reading the article about the guy at Circle K this morning, so let's see. I don't know if there's a season. I think it's all year. Random times, really. So I don't know if they're focused on Indian school. Yep, he's shining his light over this public storage here. I think they're gonna start blinding me with Ghetto Bird soon. So they blind me with their spotlights. I'm trying to figure out if there's a federal code that specifically talks about police officers purposely shining their lights into people's faces, because Phoenix PD has been doing that a lot lately. Any media that they don't like, that's why I was yelling at them last night. I wasn't live. Tempe Against Police Violence was. We kind of like... I don't usually like to go live. We kind of share it. If other people are live, I usually won't be live. So I wanted to go for a walk anyway, so. Oh, yeah? Hey, what's going on, Public Official Observer? I like the name, by the way. I was trolling communist Chinese trolls earlier on YouTube while going through all the stuff on Hong Kong and the face mask law. If we're not careful, stuff like that could be a reality in the United States. If people like Beto O'Rourke are allowed to get into office. I'm starting to think that there's already people like that. I don't know how much the president or Congress really controls the government. I think it's more of a like corporation mafia kind of thing. And I think it's worldwide. They just have the Constitution here to contend with, but it's been weakened through years of infiltration. British government in the 1800s, and then the socialist and communists in the 1900s infiltrated the United States government. So that's why we have the Social Security Act, because that was socialism. Yeah, everywhere. But it's worse in communist countries like China. I don't know about everywhere. There's a few countries here and there. The cartels kind of balance everything with the Mexican government, from what I've noticed. And if you don't mess with the cartel, they won't mess with you. It's not like here. And you can at least challenge the government, but I don't know. Maybe it is worldwide. I wish the people of America would go back to the 1776 mindset. So, bring any extra supplies, so I just started walking when I saw this, so. And they're trying to talk on the helicopter. Never hear what they're saying. I know they were trying to get a military grade LRAD for the helicopters. Oh wait. They're trying to say, is this propaganda? They're trying to say that he ran from the officers and shot. I'm starting to think they're shooting propaganda. Trying to scare everyone away. Because I don't see a public safety issue right now. Yet. Okay, so they've woken a couple people up. that stay in the condo complex here. So now it's going north, and I hear police dogs. I'm on 24th Street. I'm almost to Indian school. That's a horrible position of this cop car. So he's got his hand on his gun, which is common. You shoot at anyone yet? He actually said not yet. Yeah, so I will add Boise when I'm done, and then I'm gonna post a link to his channel. I don't know if there's content to it, but he's been doing stuff on Facebook. So those are neighborhood dogs, because I think there's police dogs out here. I've been really on the propaganda move here in Phoenix because they won't give anyone any information. So I think the helicopter was giving propaganda. Could have been a mafia hit job. So, let's see. Okay, there's a canine. They got the canine out now. Across the street. So, they're focusing on this alley right here. That's actually across from the AZ Bar Association. Okay, they just kicked in a fence, a gate, one of the officers. I can see better using this. He's trying to be Chuck Norris. Fail. Epic fail. They're checking in a dumpster. No one could be Chuck Norris. We should all know this. There's only one Chuck Norris. My static camera catches better picture than this camera. I can only give you the overview. Okay, there's officer that just passed by the other end of the street. Sounds like there's an issue with the tire on that vehicle. And he's breaking the law because he doesn't have his, yep, about to be an accident here. Because he doesn't have his code lights on. And guess whose fault it would be if he got into a wreck? It'd be his fault. I know they try to say it's the other driver, but he's frickin' driving on the wrong side of the road. Asshole. Without his code lights. Yeah, it smells kind of weird here. I'm not gonna go chase him down. I have enough complaints to write right now. I'm more concerned about the spotlights in people's eyes. Yeah, they just shine their flashlight back at me because I'm standing here. I think they were hoping to murder another person today. Trying to get their kill count up. Yeah, I'll post a link to the article I was reading a little bit before this about Circle K on 51st and how the man mysteriously died after being thrown in a squad car. Fuck you! Stop it! Stop it! Asshole! What's your name and badge number? You're gonna get a fucking lawsuit, asshole! What's your name and badge number? Stop it! I know you guys want to kill some more people without the public knowing. The public knows. You are going to get fired eventually. You're going to have to pay your lesson. Whether it be God or the people. You will pay for your crimes. Stop being a child. I got your car number, asshole. You're gonna pay. Yeah, I can't read the comments now because of that asshole. Hey, what's up, B Squared? Yeah, they just love blinding people. They don't want anyone to see because they're all afraid of what they really do. You all are gonna burn in hell. All are criminals. Okay, I'm gonna cross the street and get it from this side. There's more lights down that way, but that's too far to walk. They're pretty much focused in on this neighborhood. Yeah, I already said my prayers for the day. I'm not afraid. They need to be afraid of the people because we actually own them. Without their extortion, we wouldn't, or without their extortion, they wouldn't be around without taking money from us. I think it's pretty much dying down, whatever happened here. Yep. Thank you, 406. I don't mind if you people post scripture on here either. I would enjoy that. But I love the First Amendment and freedom of speech. Even if I don't agree with it. Yeah, I think they're trying to catch up their numbers of killing people because there's been more officer-related deaths. The further we get, the closer we get to the new year. So I'm not sure why. They wasted a bunch of tax money trying to state the obvious reason, which obviously isn't true anymore, because they should have stopped by now. They should have figured out how to deal with people and how not to break laws. how to do good on the people of Phoenix. They're doing horrible. So I'm at 24th and what's the cross street here? Um, Monte Rosa. So I've been trying to research about the spotlight. Someone's going to go blind and then the city of Phoenix is going to get a giant lawsuit. So 911, 286. What's your name and badge number? It's 24th Street and Monte Rosa. Well, last year they killed 22. This year the media doesn't even know how many they've killed. Like everyone just kind of forgot. And then people have been having a hard time getting actual records from the city of Phoenix. Then of course shouting propaganda at me while flying by. So there's a reason why no one likes the Phoenix PD. Mafia controlled. Yeah, it's by Indian School. Why? Get on your knees and put your hands up so that they can shoot you. Execution style is how they like it. Oh wow, that's close. You're a local, right? I'm pretty sure you said you were at one point. I'm used to them now. As a Christian, they don't scare me. Because I know where I'll go. Sure, a lot of them burn in hell though when they die. I logo of the cabeza. I love it. Yeah, urbanization does something to. I saw it with Seattle, and then the politicians want to try to run everything, run everyone's lives, and obviously that's where crime comes from. And then they will hire these guys to lower the crime, they say, tighten up neighborhoods to make it easy for them to sell property or rent property. Anyone who doesn't make a certain income can't live there or has a hard time. I see that happening here in Phoenix. Not as bad as Seattle, but it's every urban area. Boise's getting really bad. They're doing a slew of zoning laws in Boise that are going to eventually end up hurting the normal people. So everyone's rent is sky high now in Boise. So these are the people that they hire to fix the problem, sometimes being the executioner. Even though that wasn't supposed to be their role. Hey, what's up, Cher? I am not a socialist and I am not a communist, definitely. But even socialist being, I believe in true free markets, something that we haven't seen. I don't think, I think it was seen for a short time, then governments wanted to control. Obviously, if there was a free market right now, these guys wouldn't have a job just staying around. They would actually have to work or create new things. Many of them wouldn't survive without their welfare checks. Yeah. Yeah, I mostly came down here for the weather. Growing up in Seattle, it's depressing and like you can only really be outside like 3 months of the year. So, hey, pajama audits. Much love. Much love. So it looks like this guy finally decided to walk somewhere. I don't know if they told him to go do patrols. So, I'm proceeding with caution because of that one time. And I don't have backup right now, so. I also came down here because it's easier to find work. I hear something. Maybe they had this guy walk down here to distract me from what's happening around the corner here. Because they're really focused on that alley. She's just kind of like leaning up against. I thought I heard someone yell something, so. It sounds like someone's yelling help. So maybe they're in the process of murdering another person. I need to replace the battery after I'm done here, so that I can give you guys high definition sound. Yeah, Mesa's bad too. They started cleaning up their act a little because the FBI was watching them. And then after, I think they were done with their quote-unquote investigation, so I don't think they're being watched anymore. So they went bad again. Pajama audits, send me that or tell me what you're talking about. I'm interested. And I do see you at city councils a lot, so I applaud you. You're really involved. You're one of the most involved people in this movement, so thank you for what you're doing. Okay. Go ahead and post on the comments if you want. Oh yeah, I have a friend who's being gang stalked, and there's a sexual offender that they sent after her. Something to do with Scottsdale prosecutor. I've been trying to investigate on my own, but I hit brick walls. Thank you. So this one's leaving. There's a bus coming. Yeah, I don't know if they'll let you through there.
So. I've had pull fucking guns on me because I was just walking behind their cruiser.
Really?
Yeah.
Like these guys?
I don't know, they were Phoenix PD, that's all I know. It was actually near more like Glen Rosa.
They
pulled somebody over.
I'm not surprised. So.
What the hell's going on?
So I'm over here. I stay over here. And the chopper was doing circles around here. And then I started walking down to Campbell, and then I saw these lights, and the helicopter was doing kind of loops around this neighborhood. And then over the loudspeaker said something about a guy was like shooting at the police, and so they tracked him down here. And it's like, I think they were doing it to make propaganda because they knew I was filming. Because at one point the helicopter started shining his spotlight at me.
I've had them do that too, where it looked like I was about to get abducted by a fucking alien.
Mm-hmm. So, if you want, contact me at Phoenix Cop Watch YouTube, and then I'd like to hear your story more. So, unless if you want to tell it now.
I'm not the biggest fan of cops. Mostly federal police. I'm
Okay.
very pro-gun. I think everyone should have a gun at least. I feel like if once you're born, you should get either a 44 Magnum or an M1911. And then once you reach up age, like 14 or 13, you should be given an AR-15, a Springfield 1908, or a BAR. I feel like everybody should be a part of the militia. I mean, after the 1908, 1903 law that made everybody part of the militia, like every able-bodied man over the age of 18. So that pretty much nullifies any and all gun argument. Oh, it was only for militia. Well, every able-bodied man over the age of 17 is now considered part of the militia reserve.
Yeah, I read that one too.
Yeah.
But what happened after 1903 was kind of a travesty with. Oh, there's a police dog. It was kind of a travesty with the National Bank and the Federal Reserve.
The whole IRS thing's horseshit.
Uh-huh.
The fact that we're not on the gold standard, I mean, what the fuck is that all about? I don't understand why we have this fiat currency that the government just prints out money on that has absolutely no value.
And the government thinks that we're all idiots.
A lot of people, I mean, individuals are smart, the masses are stupid. So they are kind of correct about that.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of liberals I feel like are hive mind, that like they only spit things out that are part of like an echo chamber. So I can see that. Yeah,
I can see
the
that.
masses are stupid, individuals are smart.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah. Let me see if they'll let me go.
Yeah, ask them. I'm recording. I'm live, so hopefully that will make them act a different way towards you. So, find me on YouTube though. Have a good night, man. He lives around here. You don't have to. You don't have to give your address. She's trying to control our block. It's the people's block, not her block. And never consent to allow them on your property. They'll make a mess of it. I think she's the one that was blinding me. Imagine if I wasn't here, then he probably would have had to walk all the way around. Because she wouldn't let anyone go by. Yeah, I hear ya. My activism is even different than a lot of people's. I try to do tons of record requests and make sure that they know that they're our employees and all that information is public information. I'm currently working on Department of Public Safety and their plate run records. They've been trying to deny me, trying to state criminal conviction, privacy law, which only deals with, it's not, it's more of a policy, and it deals with them and keeping people's information secret, but it doesn't really make any sense. It's more like, I think, supposed to be on the data center side, trying to keep it away from misuse, from people trying to get into their systems. Like, don't leave any back doors, which they love. They love being lazy and not really doing things right. So I'd give the law number, but I read so many of these policies that unless if I deal with it every day, I don't remember the statute or policy number. So DPS has been trying to fight me on the plate runs. It goes back to my arrest in Scottsdale, and basically the officer stating that my plates have been ran a certain amount of times, 600 some within Maricopa County, and then 200 just Phoenix alone. I know some of those are just pass-by plate runs from plate readers, but a good amount of them were probably them actually running my plates. So yeah, I like B squared around. It's awesome that she's here. Thank you, SC. I'll make sure I'm subscribed to you and go watch some of your videos after I'm done. It's awesome, but it's hard to keep up with all the channels that are popping up. Because the public's starting to awaken. Hey, Attic, Brats. I'll check you out too. I don't know. I think they just need to, the only thing about that is that collection agencies use it for people that don't pay for their loans. Even though a lot of the loan stuff is kind of a scam with the banks. Um, but they definitely should have like a third party that audits them, and they need to release all that data. The government, when they use it, need to release all that data to the public. And there should be guidelines on the collection agencies where they can't go through private property like apartment complexes and scan plates. That should be against the law. Same with like shopping centers. If it's on the street, then it's fair game because that's public property. But all these giant corporations are in collusion with the banks and the government. So that's why everything is how it is. We do not have a free market here in the United States. It's very socialist market, socialist style market. That's why you have a giant government. And socialism becomes communism. We all know this. So I'm gonna see if that car's still parked down here. Yeah, it looks like they still have a car. Nah, I don't do this. Even though I don't agree with the Church of Scientology, I don't do that. I don't go to mosque or any of those. Even though I don't agree with Islam. They're not why I created my channel. Even though I love him, but Pastor Anderson, there are certain things where I'm like, but he's right. You have the right to freedom of speech, and the apartment owners can't just trespass on for freedom of speech. They have to have so many complaints. And the homeowners association, it's like you voluntarily sign yourself up for socialist rule. So I don't know. I disagree and agree with him on other stuff. He did a great thing here in Arizona with the checkpoint. So yeah, every time I go to I think I hear another chopper. Every time I go to Washington, I feel super cold. I think the chopper probably had to refuel is why it left. Because I think I hear another one. Maybe not. Maybe it was a truck. I think that's a reefer truck. So it looks like that cop pulled away. I don't know if I should go down this way. How much battery do I have? Okay. I have plenty. It's actually good to let a battery die or go down pretty much all the way before you recharge it. I tried doing those when I was in Yuma, but they always are closed whenever I drive by. We tried to do one near Sierra Vista. I tried to do it a couple of times, but they're always closed. I was gonna order some Mexican food. I hear dogs. So tomorrow is Monday. They're basically keeping everyone up in this neighborhood. Anyone who's a late sleeper is probably up. And then obviously the banging on people's doors, breaking into their homes, disturbing their peace. All because they want to torture someone. Half the time they didn't even do anything. So I walked down Monte Rosa, and I'm at 23rd, I think, Street. I'm proceeding with caution. There's one of the canine units. There's 2 officers next to a unit over here. And I keep hearing a chopper, but it's like off in the distance. So you guys can't really see that well, but there's 2 officers talking in the street down here. What city? Slab City. No, I haven't. I'm looking at going the expat life because I kind of want to live in peace, and I realize that any of your globalist countries, you can't live in peace. There's always someone breathing down your neck. So I'm gonna be exploring that option because I just want to live my life, and I think regular people just want to live their lives. So I just heard like a fence sound, and then these 2 officers. Okay. So this is the alley I think that they were focusing on right here. Government plate 248JL. So yeah, being a snowbird's awesome. It's for all ages if you can make money an alternative way. Yeah, you don't have to be old to be a snowbird, so. Oh, Myrtle Beach, Florida. Huh. I've always wanted to go explore that side of the country, even though I've heard mixed things. I know Arizona is not the final place that I'm going to be. And I love Boise, but it's a few things. It's all the government that's doing things up there. And then if shit hits the fan, I don't want to go to Canada. So that's what stops me from moving to Boise. So even though I could probably get residency easily because my dad was born in Canada, I would never ever want to live there. Even though it's beautiful in many areas, like outside the city, like eastern British Columbia and the Colorado, Canadian Rockies. So, and then even Alberta has some beauty to it. So 011214, supervisor. I think he's kind of. So they're pretty much done here. I'm assuming the person got away. So I'm gonna walk back down here and see if I think everyone pretty much left, so I'll probably end up calling this if nothing else is going on. Yeah, I got another one. I'm gonna go to city council next and talk about it, because this isn't cool. Gonna let Carlos Garcia know, because he's the only one who actually cares about don't tell me that they're gonna follow me. What's that? Did he say, can I help you with anything? And then I say, what's that? And he just keeps rolling. Maybe I'm hearing things because that's all they ever say to me. And then they end up can't helping me with anything. There's a cool one in this area. If you come up to me, like, with respect, like, Rodriguez did that one time. That's a prime example. That's how you should treat people in their own community. Not like trying to blind them like this person. Hopefully it's not a good cop, bad cop kind of thing. I really don't want to have to yell at them every time I see them, because it's kind of stressful. Like, I'll talk to you man to man, just don't play these games. See if they try to follow me. I'll probably cut it soon though. It looks like the cops are still down here. It's like perfect weather to walk around out here. Like 2 months ago I would have been sweating balls off, wishing I wasn't outside, even at night. Middle of summer it's like 95, 100 degrees at night. And from Seattle, you're like, oh, you're like scared because you hear like the temperature, but it's more like a 85, 86, or 85. Seattle 85 at night, so. Bear stop! Use your turn signal! Okay, they're leaving. They're worse than children. I didn't even need it. This is the neighborhood that I stay in. This is the bar association right here. I've wanted to audit it, but I know that when I do, I'm going to go to jail, so I'm kind of saving it. It's on my list still. But I'm just waiting for a day where I can afford to spend a day in jail. I don't mind going to jail. At first, I was kind of wary about it. And I didn't just try to go to jail like some people. I hadn't been to jail before that day in Boise, Idaho. Clean record, just a couple speeding tickets. And now they act like I'm a felon half the time. Because I'm dangerous. So I'm walking north on 24th Street. And it doesn't look like anything else is out here. Oh, hey, are you in Arizona? If anyone comes out to Arizona, let me know. Like, even if you're a supporter, like, I always like to meet new people, so. And then if you're just interested in doing what we do, like, no pressure. Like, if you want, I can kind of, like, show you what we do. It's my type of free education. So I think everything's cleared out. What's crazy is I didn't even hear gunshots, and I don't see a vehicle. I didn't hear gunshots even before this all happened, and then the helicopter saying that he was shooting at the cops, and it was just kind of awkward. And they definitely acted like they didn't want me to be around, so I just thought it was weird. Tempe, how are you? Yeah, I wasn't gonna come out, but when they come to your neighborhood, then you kind of have to. I didn't even want to do this tonight. But when your mission is your life, that's what happens. So, 72 during the day. I'm still partially blind from the light. So that dude who walked by is pretty cool. Sounds like we have similar beliefs. And I think there's more people like that than a lot of people realize. Not everyone is brainwashed. So Montecito. And if I got that his address on here, let me know. I'll go and edit and delete it out, because I do care about people's personal privacy in their own home kind of thing, especially in your own home. Privacy from I was trying to tell him that he didn't have to give his address, because you don't. So I'm not being followed. I think they know better. So I'm gonna sign out and probably go work out. But if I find anything in that process, I will go live again. So you all have a good night. Signing out, Phoenix Cop Watch.